Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be learning how to add decimals. Let's just jump into the first problem. 0.1 plus 0.3. The trick to adding decimals is that you add the respective places. So we're not going to add across places, we just add according to each place. So as a reminder, or if you don't know this already, this is called the ones place. This is called the tenths place. So we add the places together. So we're going to add the ones place together, and we're going to add the tenths place together. 0 plus 0 is still 0, and then on the right side of the decimal, we're going to have 1 plus 3 is 4. So our answer is 0.4. Alright, 0.8 plus 0.2. Again, this is the ones place, that's the tenths place, so we're going to add respective places. So we start out with a 0 point, right, and then we do 8 plus 2. We get it to be 10. When that happens, we're going to bring over, because we can't write 10, it's not the same thing. We can't fit the number 10 into one place holder. So we bring the 1 over to the left, one place to the left, so it's going to be 1. And then we have the dot, and then we put the 0 where the original spot we were doing was. So then we get 0.8 plus 0.2 is equal to 1.0, which is basically the same thing as 1. Okay, next problem, 0.8 plus 0.5. So it looks like we're going to have 0 on the left side of the period, but then we see that we have 8 plus 5 on the right. That is more than 10. Is actually 13. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We bring the 1 over because we don't have enough space anymore, and then we leave the 3 behind where we were doing the calculation. So we get 1.3. Next problem, 0.8 plus 0.05. Again, add the respective places. Since we have 2 decimal places after the decimal here, and we only have 1 after the decimal here, you might be wondering, okay, which one goes with which? So the tenths place still goes with the tenths place, so I can draw out the corresponding ones. So this goes with this goes with this, and this 5 here, again, like I said before, remember zeros after the last place in a decimal means we can add as many as we want, and it doesn't mean anything. So we're going to add 1 right here, and we notice that, okay, well, that means that the 0 corresponds with the 5. Oh, that might be a little confusing, but you saw me draw one to the other. So, okay, so then we can add 0 plus 0, 0. 0.8 plus 0 is 8. 0 plus 5 is 5, and this is our answer, 0.85. Next problem, 0.12 plus 0.37. Again, we're going to add places, so 0 dot 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 7, 9. 0.49 is our answer. Next one, 0.12 plus 0.38. Again, we're going to do the same thing, 0 plus 0, 0 dot. And so, well, we could do the same thing as before, but we notice that the last place, 2 plus 8 is 10. Again, we can't fit 10 into one place. So we're going to have to do the thing where we bring another 1. We add 1 to the next place to the left. So 1 plus 3 is 4, but now it's going to be 5 because we had that 10 in the last one. And then we leave the 0 here. So our answer is 0.50. If you notice, it's the same thing. Like if you added just 12 plus 38, you get 50. So it's basically the same thing as like normal addition. But I guess it gets a little tricky once you have to think about like, oh, well, there's this dot here. It's the concept behind it that is the most important and is new. But you could always do this just like normal adding of regular numbers. Okay, 1.2 plus 0.7. We're going to have the 1 plus 2 plus 7 is 9. Next problem, 1.2 plus 0.8. 2 plus 8 is 10, so we're going to have to bring 1 over to the left of the period again. So this time we're just going to have 2, and then 0.0, which is just equal to 2. Next problem, 1.2 plus 0.9. 2 plus 9 is 11, so we're going to have to bring over a 1 again. So we're going to have 1 plus 1 on the left side, which is 2. point, it was 11, so we're going to leave behind the 1. So our answer is 2.1. Next problem, 1.2 plus 2 plus 8, 2.8. We could add up the left side, which is 1.2, and we get 3. But then we notice that we have 2 plus 8 here, which is 10. Again, too much, so we're going to carry the 1 over. It's going to be 4.0 that we left behind, which is just equal to 4. That's our answer. 1.2 plus 0.15. Again, add corresponding places. So because there's 2 decimal places here, we can just draw a 0 here for a reminder. And then we add respectively. 1.35 is our answer. Okay, next question. 1 plus 0.8. So the whole adding zeros applies the same way here. Remember I simplified 2.0 to be 2 because when you have a 0.0, it's again, it doesn't matter whether you have it there or not. It's the same thing as writing just 2. Same thing here. 1.0 is equal to 1. So if we know that, then we can do it backwards too. We could say that 1 is equal to 1.0. And then that would make it easier because now we have 2 places, or enough places in both of these numbers. So we're going to add just respective places. So 1 plus 0 is 1 point. 0 plus 8 is 8. And our answer is 1.8. Next question, 1 plus 5.8. Again, we can do the thing where we add 0.0, and now we can add 1.5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 0 plus 8 is 8. Next question, 2 plus 0.09. Here, since we could always add 0.0, but we have an extra place here, so we're going to add another 0, just so we can keep track and make sure that both of these numbers have the same amount of places. So now we have 2.00 plus 0.09, and we can add 2.09. Finally, last question, 3 plus 2.08. We're going to do the same thing, so I'll erase it actually. And we can do 3.00, same thing as just 3, but now we have the same amount of places. Add them together, 5.08. And that is our last question. That wraps up our practice of adding decimals. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.